Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Crypto Empire, where we dominate the crypto market. My name is Connor, and ladies and gentlemen, it is election week officially. Just 2 days away now from the big day. Looking at Poly Market, the odds here, based off of the free market, have Trump at a 54.6% chance to win and Harris at a 45.4% chance to win. All right, so this is how people are betting on the election. This is who people are favoring with their dollars, not a politically influenced poll. So we'll see how it goes. I'm very interested to see the winner of this. And we'll talk about the outcome if a particular candidate wins, what's going to happen to the crypto market. We'll talk about that in this live stream. So be sure to stick with me until the end of this stream. Now let's get started off looking at the crypto bubbles. Just looking at the top 100 on the daily time frame here, and the market is overall red most of this weekend, and this is just because of election uncertainty. When it comes to fear, uncertainty, and doubt, uncertainty is always the one that has the highest weight. The market hates uncertainty because you don't know what's going to happen next, basically. And I'd say that this is why the market is red this weekend, but it's still an inconsequential pullback if you actually look at the charts, especially looking at Bitcoin. All right, and we'll do that in just one moment. But as of right now, we are seeing overall the market slightly down today on a Sunday just before the election. Now, if we look at the top gainers and losers, we can see we have some gaming coins like Undead's Game up 150%, Stater, staking protocol, originally launched on Terra Luna, but they migrated. Project did a good job adjusting to things. It's up 40% on the day, and then a bunch of memes like Fartcoin and Goat are up today. So largely dominated by meme coins on this top 100 list. And looking at the top losers of the day, more meme coins basically. All right, so nothing's really changed overall in the market going into election week. It's still the same patterns we're seeing where meme coins are moving. Fundamental altcoins are either going sideways or kind of still trending lower. And Bitcoin just kind of holding steady just below $70,000. Now here we have the weekly price chart, and we did get the weekly candle close. It was daylight savings time, so the weekly candle now closes at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which just yesterday would have been 8 p.m., but today it's 7 p.m. All right. And as you can see, the weekly candle did close with a wick up to the all-time high, and it closed just below $69,000. The candle closed exactly at $68,738. All right, so it did hold 68,500 on the weekly, which is a good sign. It would have been great if price could have closed higher than the previous two weekly closes up here at 69K. But nonetheless, there's nothing here in terms of a loss of structure, simply a wick up to test the all-time high and a pullback with election uncertainty. All right, and again, with Bitcoin here, there is room for it to drop lower. You can see based off of this current parallel channel I have drawn, connecting the two lows from September and one over here on October 10th. If we were to put in another low on this channel, it would be around the $64,000 level. All right, and if we look over here to the left, we do have a rally-based demand level here on the daily time frame and a pretty important low down here at 62K, all right? So even if we were to test the bottom of this current parallel channel, it still wouldn't be a loss of bullish structure. You know, we would lose this support over here, but we'd still be holding this. And as long as the 63 general level holds, there's no reason to panic or stress out whatsoever. We could definitely go down to this 63, 64 level before Tuesday, right? If there's some news headlines and people get scared, things of that nature. This is a very obvious support level on the chart here. And, you know, markets like to go to liquidity, and there's undoubtedly liquidity down here at this level. So we'll see if this does get hunted before Tuesday or maybe after Tuesday, right? If Kamala wins or something like that, the market sells off and these levels get tested. We'll see how it goes, right? But we do know that this is a certain area of interest down here towards the bottom of this current parallel channel, as well as this daily demand zone, and they have confluence with one another. All right, so don't ignore this level. Understand that there's liquidity here and it could easily get tested to start off the week or after the election results are in later in the week. Now to the upside, things are pretty obvious. We're just below the all-time high. If we're going to take out the all-time high, we need to hold above 68.5K. That's why it's written on the chart here. All right. So if we can manage to get back above 69, the top of the red zone, we're clear again to go test the all-time high and look for a breakout. If Trump wins, it could happen. If the other candidate wins, maybe it'll take a little bit longer, but I do still see an all-time high coming for Bitcoin. Now let's get into that. Let's get into what happens if Trump wins. What happens if Kamala wins? Let's talk about that right now. Again, Trump is the leader in the polls according to the free market. Now we have a tweet from Kobe. Kobe, new crypto market participants don't know who he is most likely, but he is an OG. Anyways, he's largely correct as well on his broad market predictions. He's called bottom multiple times at the bear market bottom, as well as he has a good track record. That's all you have to know. If you don't know who Kobe is already, he says Bitcoin less than $100,000. It doesn't matter who wins. It probably just impacts how quickly it happens, meaning a new all-time high, and where else we go on the journey to new all-time highs. My words there at the end. All right, so that's what Kobe is saying, and I mean that's kind of I'd say that's the correct way to look at it. There's a lot of jargon and talk out there that the Bitcoin 4-year cycle is dead and it's no longer a thing. But Bitcoin is actually still kind of following the 4-year cycle very, very reliably at this point. And, you know, Kobe basically sees that. And that's why he's saying that it doesn't matter who's going to win the election, right? Bitcoin will go to $100,000. If Trump wins, it'll probably go there quicker. And I do agree with this general sentiment, this general take. Moving on, we have another tweet here by Cuban Tobacco. And he says the post-U.S. presidential election average return on Bitcoin from each cycle. All right, going back multiple cycles here. So 1 month after the election, the average return is 23% gain on Bitcoin. 3 months after the election, the average return is 105%. And 6 months after the election, the average return for Bitcoin is plus 470%, basically 5x. All right, 6 months post-election, the average return based off of previous cycles. He says now, so regardless of the winner of the rat race, the market loves the market loves certainty, and I don't expect this year to be any different. He says simply bet more, meaning he is bullish, meaning that if we look at all the previous cycles of what's happened after the election, we have pumped. Keep that in mind when you see all the fear, doom, and gloom all over Twitter or whatever when it comes to crypto right now. Keep in mind the objective data, not the subjective data. This is nobody's opinion. This is fact. People lie, numbers don't. Check the numbers. There's really no reason to be scared, in my opinion, that is. And that's shared by many people as well, such as Cuban Tobacco here. All right, so again, summarizing all of that, doesn't really matter who wins this. Of course, we want to see Trump win if we care about freedom, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. All these things, right? Basic human kind of autonomy, freedom of movement, all these basic things, right? God-given things. Right. Of course, we want to see Trump win. It's a joke either way. It's political theater. But yeah, Trump win would send this higher, no doubt about it. Kamala win could send this thing lower, but it will still go higher after, more likely than not, a short-term test of lower prices. So that's how I'm feeling before the election. That's how I'm seeing the market right now. We have our levels mapped out on Bitcoin. We know what may happen here with our general trading plan, with our levels down here at 64, 63K, just below the all-time high. I'm not stressed. And here we have the different look on Bitcoin. If we look on the weekly, we are still above the 8-month parallel channel breakout. All right, we're still holding the breakout after it happened around 2 weeks ago. So market structure still certainly intact. It's still bullish. Again, that close above 69K would have been above this orange line. That would have been very bullish if we got to close that high, right? Because that would have been the highest close since March. But we didn't. And we're currently at $68,600 just 2 days before the election now. Now, let's get into some more discussions around the election and things of that nature and how it's going to impact the crypto market. So we have a tweet here by this guy, Tiger. And he says, ironically, if Trump loses, and he really hopes he wins, he thinks it benefits Bitcoin and meme coins the most if Trump loses. Why is that? Because people trust the system less and would likely lead to more fiscal spending plus inflation. And this equals a flock to hard permissionless money with finite supply, aka Bitcoin, right? So he's saying if Trump loses, people are going to trust the system less than they already do, which is going to lead people basically to crypto. Assets like Bitcoin that can't be essentially tampered with by governments. Also, the general distrust of the system and prospects for inflation and more fiscal spending would drive younger generations to continue hyper gambling. Meme coins would be the prime beneficiaries. VC coins would be the most at risk, in his opinion. And this is a good take. I agree with this take. People don't trust the system, especially young people, right? The world isn't what it was in the 70s, 80s, 90s, right? The golden era, peak humanity, basically. The world is very different than what it was 30 years ago. And, you know, the young people growing up, they obviously see it compared to their parents. And a lot of people feel like the only way out is to basically gamble and hit a big win. Yeah, that's basically what it's called, financial nihilism. So I agree. I think if Kamala wins, people are going to be like, what the heck is going on here? Everything is rigged. All I can do is buy meme coins. This is probably what a lot of people will think if Harris wins this election. In fact, it's not probably what people will think. It is what people will think. 100% it's what people already think. So yeah, also with that being said, I mean, look, the American empire is crumbling, right? It's on its dying days. So with that, I mean, if they put a clown in charge of the White House for another 4 years, all right, it'll just make the inevitable downfall quicker, and we can get to rebuilding basically. So yeah, I agree with this take. A Kamala victory would actually be really bullish, high risk beta assets, because people would just have no other option in their head but to hyper gamble. So yeah, I do agree with this take here by Tiger. Also, we have a tweet by Evans6, and he says, Kamala winning is bullish Ethereum. Why? Because the only legitimate coin after Bitcoin, brought in through the back door by BlackRock, no more ETFs. Also, it's the official coin of the Democratic Party with woke DEI/vax vibes. And this is very true. Just look at all the developers on Ethereum and you'll see this very rampant with many Ethereum developers. So yeah, I mean, this is a kind of a sarcastic tweet, but there's definitely some truth to it as well. But yeah, I thought it was pretty funny. That's why I'm sharing it today on the live stream. Also, one more little humor post before we get back into crypto that I thought was pretty funny. Here we have a tweet saying that Jennifer Lopez spent 30 minutes crying and warning everyone about Donald Trump, but she didn't warn one single person about Diddy. Okay, got it. Look, all these people sold their soul. They're all compromised. If you can't see that, God bless you. I wish you luck in life. Seriously. But yeah, pretty funny stuff here from Insurrection Barbie. Very, very true as well. If you can't see past that, I mean, yeah, like I said, good luck to you in life. You're going to need it. Maybe not, though, because the system will just take care of you, right? Anyways, back to the crypto market. That's what's going on just before the election right now. Let me go ahead and catch up with our live chat and see what's going on here. We got C Don't Care. He says, hey, Connor, great to catch another live stream. Looking forward to the volatility of the coming week. Me as well, brother. Me as well. We got All Day Dre. What's up, Dre? Around the world says he's not ready for the election. Why is that? Be cool, says America. Sunglasses. America, let's go. And we got Declan saying, smash the like button. Thanks for all the info, Connor. You know it, Declan. Appreciate your support. And guys, smash that like button. Be Cool said he was the second like smash. Guys, smash up that like button. I really appreciate all of your support. One like helps me out a ton, helps spread the channel more. So yeah, that would be great if you guys could like it, like the live stream. Thank you for your support. And let's see. Pulse Chain Altcoin Talk says, could you check the chart on Trump Warp Pulse first? Donald Trump, first name Donald, and CINs in this. All right, so we got some election coins. I'm going to cover the Polyfi memes next, so I'll look at that one first. And Zen says, if we close below the 13 EMA, could be an issue on the daily. Hard to say with the election right. Let me throw that up on the chart. So we already technically did close below the 13 EMA on the daily here. Right, the daily candle came in below it. As you can see, it held all the way from the breakout back here at the start of October. So yeah, that could possibly mean we are going to correct further back down here towards 64K. And I have the trend line here on this particular chart. Trend line is exactly basically at $64,000 in this red zone. So yeah, be prepared for something like this happening. It's kind of screaming at me in the charts. So brace yourself for that. Man with a plan. What's going on, man with a plan? Good to have you here. And Michael DJI Manor. He says, welcome back, Connor. Hope you're doing good. And the bloodbath dip before the election didn't scare you. No, it did not scare me, sir. He says, I already see a Trump victory just around the corner. It won't be long, and we will be swimming upwards. I love the optimism, Michael. Look, I see that happening too, but man, remember, after all, it is a clown world. So I would be surprised if anything happened at this point. But nonetheless, yeah, I agree with you. If Trump wins, I can see us swimming upwards indeed. And man with a plan, he says, smash that like and send our man to 100K plus YouTube subscribers this run. Man with a plan, thank you very much, sir. That's the goal right now. Let's get a 100% increase in subscribers and hit that 100K level. That would be epic, and it would be a goal of mine coming to fruition. So yeah, guys, smash up that like button. Help me get to 100K subs. Thank you. And Cricket Critic says altcoins are going nowhere. That is correct, sir. That is certainly correct at the moment in time. In fact, I mean, altcoins are going down. If you look at the total 3 chart, this thing's back at a pretty important horizontal support level. The total 3 chart is the amount of capital in altcoins. It's currently at $591.8 billion. The highs over here in October was as high as $650 million. All right, so it's billion. Sorry, so it's basically down $60 billion from October. So yeah, altcoins still not seeing any capital flow into them. And again, the expectation is here that we will have a significant upwards move on the total 2, as well as the total 3, which is the market cap excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. The idea here is to see a large increase in these broad indexes, and that would revive altcoins. And my expectation is we will see that this cycle before a major macro bear market does start. So I would say if you're holding altcoins, understand that good things do actually take time here. Unless you're gambling on memes, most of the time it's going to take a while for these coins to see a performance that you're looking for. And Armando, he says, good day to dollar cost average on our AI coins. This is a blessing. If you're bullish on a coin and it's down, buying into red days is the smart thing to do. That simply means you get a better price. So I agree with you, Armando. I agree with you 100%. And we got Adrian Kent. What's up, Adrian, with the 2 thumbs up. All right, so we just got a question about AI coins. So since we're on the topic, let's talk about that for a little bit. So here we have a tweet that Zach XBT posted earlier today. So do you guys remember back in March when all these new AI coins were launched? And, they were on only the Ethereum blockchain. You can just buy them on Uniswap. They had nice branding, fancy websites. They got shilled by big influencers here on Twitter, big YouTubers like Alex Becker and things of that nature. You guys remember that? Okay, well, let's talk about it. All right, so Zach here, he says, time to share how Scale, NTD, TPU, and OPSEC, all of these projects were tied to the same person named Zuppo to farm naive traders using numerous influencers shown in leaked messages. And here's Zop here, the Zoppo. So this guy mastermind multiple different AI projects and just absolutely made out like a bandit and fleeced crypto market investors. So while paying others to be the face of OPSEC behind the scenes, he was involved with key decisions as the owner in private Telegram chats. Here is him talking about the lack of technical research. I then confronted him over DM about this in March of 2024, which he downplayed. Then in a private chat, here is him chatting about me obtaining the screenshot. So he's basically saying here, OPSEC, 3 main components. The problem is I like the ideas and have them in mind, so I told the writers to write them down. But now the writers, or neither the writers, devs, or anyone in the team have idea on how to execute these. Also, these write-ups are not properly written, might sound like fakes to the people with good tech understanding. Interesting. And he also said 90% of it is very vague, no proper technical research backing it. We don't know what will happen to build these. And here he is saying that, that Zach XBT guy has the screenshot. All right, so the story unfolds. Also, Zach posted this back in March, calling out OPSEC for being a LARP, because they posted this tweet of their infrastructure, but this was a stolen video that wasn't their infrastructure. Anyways, let's go ahead and continue here. So he says that Zoppo and his friend SCB discuss how they messed up bundling for NTD, TPU, and worry it will trace back to them. And no post has been made by these coin and Tensor Dynamics as well as Tensor Space AI since April. Also, earlier this year, Zach flagged a couple influencers who had promoted these AI GPU buzzword tax farm grifts after they went down 90% in a single day. Some examples include Crypto God John, the Crypto Kazi, Luke Belmar, Alex Becker, Crypto Stasher, and Crypto Tom. Now, I am proud to say that I never touched any of these projects because they simply actually always look like scams to me. And that hunch did actually turn out to be correct. But anyways, let's continue. So after Zach's post in April, Zoppo and his friends started freaking out in the private chat about the various projects named. Again, we're talking about Scale, NTD, TPU, and OPSEC is the big name I'm sure many people remember. Here we are, right? So they're starting to freak out in their little group chats. Moving on. So they then discuss how they need someone to dox as a team member for Scale, and shortly after announce somebody as the project founder, I guess. They then discuss paying people to FUD competing projects who have Anon teams. And no post has been made from Scalia Infrastructure since June. Moving on. So since April of 2024, Zach has been sitting on these messages, but ultimately he never posted as the previous times. He alerted people about the red flags and had to deal with angry bag holders and influencers who were well paid. I think it's better time now as these 3 projects have hard rug pulled. And here's him saying, whatever. This is an old screenshot from April. So yeah, that's what you have to keep in mind when it comes to crypto AI projects. A lot of them are LARPs. A lot of them are making stuff up and making a website and paying people with large followings a lot of money to shill them to their followers. This has been happening for a long time. And I mean, look, there's a lot of smoke and mirrors out there, and this is just another example of it. I mean, everyone was talking about these coins. You had Becker shilling them on YouTube to his 1 million subs, right? It's crazy how deep it goes, but this is the nature of the beast here in the crypto market. This is how the game is played by these people, right? It's pretty damn dirty. But anyways, let's talk about some more interesting ways that the crypto market is manipulated now. Let's go ahead and move on to another tweet here. Okay. So here we have Doug Funny, this guy, I don't know, random account. Now I saw this as well. Let's talk about this. Let's read this tweet. So he says here, extremely important reason why being on crypto Twitter nonstop for years is critical to making it. You learn which accounts to flag and be skeptical of. After enough time, you develop pattern recognition to see who is doing undisclosed / poorly disclosed paid shilling, and a quick thread by him. So not too long ago, this was this past week, I believe, a lot of popular crypto Twitter accounts started tweeting about this on-chain trading tool called Azura, right? You had CryptoX talk about it. You had the Bankless app, which is like an Ethereum VC plant media company. Complete trash, Bankless. I would avoid anything they say. Also tweeting about Azura, and this dude Crypto Dog, who's got a large following, and with that, a lot of people listen to him. So companies will pay this guy a lot of money to talk about their product. And here he is saying the best on-chain trading experience. He's talking about Azura as well. So anyways, this guy says he noticed a bunch of Azura stuff on his timeline within a 24-hour span. Didn't really pass the smell test for him. Interesting thing being on here sporadically since 2017 and fully locked in since 2022. 90% of the accounts I value for alpha are just Heinies dumping bandits. This is very true. To be specific, he's on crypto Twitter 24/7. So I know one person pictured here. He's talking about Crypto Dog. He was shilling GMX, and there's basically his entire personality for months. If you don't know what GMX is, it's that Arbitrum decentralized exchange. That was the hottest thing since sliced bread for a few months. Why? Because people are just paid to talk about it. You can see back over here in 2023, this was all everyone was talking about. It wasn't organic. Anyways, back to the tweet. So yeah, Crypto Dog, he made shilling GMX his entire personality for many months, which effectively dumped to zero on his Bitcoin pair. Radio Silence now shilling a totally different on-chain perps platform, which seems sponsored. So he says if this was him in 2017 or 2020, and he was looking to deploy capital, he might have looked at this account and bought GMX because they had really high conviction. But it just turns out, as in many cases, they either got in an early round, they got money given to them as a grant or similar, and they're just seeing how far they can ride the pony while dumping all over your head. Once the well runs dry, they move on to greener pastures, and their shillings get eroded by the winds of time. And there's the GMX chart. And the TLDR, making money in crypto world is twofold. So stick around during the most agonizing parts of the bear and buy the most boring stuff you can at the exceptional discount. This is very true, right? This is what I did back last year in 2023, the altcoin bottom basically in October. Anyways, number 2, he says, be on crypto Twitter long enough to have learned how to avoid getting your shit blown up by the infinite landmines here. And there are infinite landmines. Look, it's really nuts. It's really nuts how deep the rabbit hole goes. And to the normal general person out there, it goes completely over their heads. They're completely oblivious to all of this happening. And it goes even deeper. It gets more fucked up than this, trust me. It goes much deeper than this. Is just some surface level stuff right here. But yeah, stay safe out there, guys. Seriously. When it comes to your on-chain AI tax farms or new on-chain protocols. I mean, look, I'll even call out, I don't know if I should do this, but I mean, it's kind of bullshit. 1 second, let me pull it up. Yeah, whatever. I was going to talk about this. I did an interview with this dude, Handsome Finance. He made this crypto Telegram bot based bot. And look, I'm sorry. I made a video about it. He basically abandoned it and basically is a broken bot. So yeah, I mean, I thought he was legitimately developing it. I got no money to promote this base Telegram bot. But I mean, it's a broken thing. So I should probably just remove that video altogether because it's just completely broken. But I didn't expect that. But yeah, I also be careful of anyways, let's go ahead and move on now. So we had a question about some Polyfi memes. So let's get into Polyfi memes. Let's see. Trump on Pulse Chain. Trump WPLS. Let's see what comes up. Let's see. I think doesn't show up. So let's go over here to the Pulse Chain chain. Here we go. And let's see if we can find Trump here. It's Donald. That's why it's not showing up. Contract, and here we go. Here's what we're looking for. Okay, so an 80K market cap coin on Pulse Chain about Trump. It's one of those tokens with thousands of LP pairs. Well, look, here's your chart. And it's an 80K market cap. You say thousands of LP pairs, so I'm not sure. But I'm going to trust what I see here on the chart. And look, you're gambling on a meme coin here at an 80K market cap. So if Trump wins, this could pump, but I would just stick with the main one on ETH personally. The main Trump coin on ETH here. If you're going to play a Trump coin named Trump. Why? Because usually the main asset and not derivatives tend to do better. But in some cases, derivatives can do better. So maybe buying the Trump on Pulse Chain is the correct move. But anyways, yeah, Trump on ETH is the main Trump coin that I would be concerned about or interested in trading going into the election. There's also the MAGA hat, which basically has retested the breakout here, right? A nice V reversal to the downside, back to your local support level down here. And with just days before the election, we'll see if this thing does get another push. I would say that all of these Trump meme coins at this moment in time, let's state the obvious, they rely heavily on Trump winning the election. So if he doesn't win, make sure your risk is in check so you don't get blown out in case that happens. But there's a very high upside if Trump does win. That's how I'm looking at all of these Trump coins. It's really black and white to me. If Trump wins, these are going to pump. If Trump loses, these are going to dump. So if you're holding these coins, please understand that going into Tuesday. That's very important to understand. And that goes with any beta as well. I saw that G Trump sold off pretty hard today. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. But if Trump wins, I think all of these Trump-related Polyfi coins are going to pump really hard. Now, there are a few Kamala memes. This one's 13 hours old, and I'm not really sure. I saw it was related to Kamala on crypto Twitter, but it's just another pump fund shill, so avoid this at all costs. I think there's a Kamala meme at a higher market cap, like 10 million or so. Let's pull this up. find our Polyfi section here. Politify. So here's the broad index. There's Kamala Harris. I think that's the one I was trying to think of, which has an 11 million market cap. Ticker is comma. Let's see how that one is doing. Kamala Harris. It's a funny name. All right. Let's see on the daily time frame. So this one started to pick up a bit. Now the market is directly tied. If you overlay the Bitcoin price chart with Donald Trump's odds of winning, it's literally following Trump's odds 100% accurately. So with Trump's odds dropping, Bitcoin and the market's actually selling off. And here you have a direct correlation between Kamala Harris's odds and this meme coin, comma. So the market is extremely reactionary based off of the election right now. It is following whatever data is available on the election, mainly these odds, to a T. It's almost scary how much it's following it. So yeah, same thing with the Trump coins. If Kamala wins, this thing's probably going to pump. So if you want to gamble on a winner, you could play the poly market poll, or you go into meme coins, which definitely offer you more reward, but certainly more risk as well. So yeah, look out for that. And we also had some other requests. Let me get to it if I can find it. Views on Vista. Is that the... Let me make sure I'm thinking of the right one. I think this is the launch pad for coins, for AI coins or something like that. Or it's a decentralized exchange. I'm pretty sure this is some kind of meme coin casino infrastructure, if I'm not mistaken. I briefly saw this. I didn't look into it, so I don't really have any thoughts about it in general. Chart looks really good because it pumped. Connect wallet for access. I'd rather not. All right, we're going to get off this website. Yeah, from my understanding with the little information that I know about this coin, yeah, so it's a token. I believe it's like an AI token launchpad thing. So given that all the hype is on AI meme coins, this thing increased in price from $7 up here to $70 in a few days' time, less than 1 week. And thoughts on it now, 50 million market cap. Look, Pump Fund doesn't have a token. They decided to launch a token here. I'd be careful buying it, especially after, a 10 or 1,000% increase in a week, or an 800% increase in a week. Will this parabolic trend continue? Hard to say, but I don't traditionally like buying charts that have pumped so hard in such a short amount of time. You typically, doesn't happen all the time, but when an asset rises in price so quickly, when the rest of the market isn't really doing too much, it tends to fall quickly too. There are rare exceptions, maybe like 1 in 1,000 coins will break that law, but for the most part, I'd say it's a good general rule of thumb to avoid coins that have pumped super hard in a short amount of time. Yeah, that's my thoughts on Vista. And quick look at Gari Network. You always ask me about this one, Disclosure Crypto. And I think I say the same exact thing every single time when I look at the chart. But nonetheless, we'll look at this. So, all right. Yeah, I have the same reaction every time. I mean, look, it pumped today. What is this, like 40%? 60% today. But if you zoom out, it looks like a complete dumpster fire. So Also, every time I look at the website and remember that this is like trying to be a decentralized YouTube or something like that, I always kind of get turned off. So that's what I think about Gari. Yeah, I mean, I just don't see people using this for live streaming. I don't see it. I don't see it happening. So that's what I think about Gari. And Lucas says, check the chart of Talent Protocol on Base. It could be a 100x project. Talent Protocol on Base. It's 11 days old. And here's your chart currently. So the open price for this thing was at 20 cents. It sold off down here to 1 cent, 1.5 cents, and it's rallied back here to 14 cents. All in the span, this all happened in the span of 5 days. This all happened in 5 days' time, actually. So a bit of a wild 5 days. I have no idea what this project is. First time I'm hearing about it. I'll look into it afterwards, but interesting. They do have a subscription model. I'd have to look into this further, but it doesn't look like a meme coin, which is rare. And the chart is building right now, and if you're getting in now, it's very new. 89 million market cap though, which is quite high, which tells me this is more likely than not VC backed. Looking at the website as well, Binance, Coinbase, all of these things, more likely than not a VC backed project. I'd have to look into this further, Lucas, but brand new chart. It is gaining off of the bottom right now, but I don't know enough information to give a take on it. Armando says, come on, my brother, smash the like. It's good karma. Aside from being the right smart thing to do, we should have more likes than we do indeed. Trump on Pulse Chain could be the next Polyfi winner. Good luck, bro. Yes, I like Polyfi, but I'm not going to shill the Pulse Chain Trump here. Let's see. Alex says the system will take care of you. Well said to what we are and have become. Yeah, it's a joke. Clown world. And let's see. Differiner says, hey, Connor, haven't you yet? Can you take a look at Comma? Had a big pump the last day or two. Now we're tracing. I did not see your comment, Differiner, which is ironic because we already looked at Comma. Galaxis on MEXC. Oof. Less than 1 million market cap. See, there's a very big problem with dilution in crypto now, even compared to just 1 year ago. Right, new tokens launching, they do not have much of a hype effect like they used to anymore because memes have simply saturated the market so hard. So let's see, Gallus. Look, when you got backed by crypto Twitter anonymous accounts on your website, I mean, come on. I don't know about this one, guys. It could pump. You probably could trade it and be in and out of it and make money, but as like an investment with like solid fundamentals and things like that, nah, this thing is all speculation. 100% pure speculation. Anyways, guys, so let's move on now to talk about some of the meme coins and more popular meme coins in the market. Things like Murad's List, right? Crash's Infinity Stones, and meme coins that I'm personally bullish on as well. Anyways, here's ticker Bitcoin. Now, ticker Bitcoin on the daily time frame, it's been selling off since Friday, right? One of the largest holders sold $3.5 million of the coin. He paid himself, and that caused a huge dump down to 10 cents or a $100 million market cap. Price has since returned to a 200 million market cap where it is right now. But it's important to note here that the liquidity does actually unlock next week. All right, what does it mean? I don't believe it shows the date here in Deck Screener. What does that mean? It means the team that locked the liquidity, they'll have access to it, right? They can basically pull it, which would not be good, or they can leave it unlocked, relock it, things of that nature. They can burn the LP keys if they want to. So anyways, the Retardio Casino has actually put out a kind of a live betting odds, just like Polymarket does. Retardio Casino is very similar to Polymarket. You can click on Retardio Casino up here. But they have basically put out a bet here. So will the ticker Bitcoin team withdraw any of the unlocked Ethereum from the Uniswap liquidity providers? The lock is in 6 days' time, and 90% of people say no. The team is not going to withdraw the unlocked Ethereum. They're not going to pull the liquidity. 10% of people are saying yes, they will. Essentially kind of rug pull. So the market is still very much bullish on ticker Bitcoin. The holders continue to retain. And here you have the live betting odds. So basically what you need to know about this is that the community is not shaken from one whale exiting his position and the LP unlocking next week. All right, the chart has been reset with this wick back down to support. Down here, a 100 million market cap, and currently price is still sitting on the support resistance flip of the breakout, which is essentially a 1 year plus range, sideways range. So this is one of Murad's top cult meme coins. It's been around for a very long time compared to many other meme coins out there. And yeah, liquidity is being unlocked next week. If they do relock it, things like that, don't rug pull, this thing could continue to perform very well. But yeah, big week next week for ticker Bitcoin. And I mean, the chart's at a very important level, sitting on the breakout level. It will be affected by the market at large, more likely than not. We talked about this earlier in the stream. If Kamala wins, if Trump wins, things of that nature. But overall, it's an interesting thing because it's uncertainty. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know if the team decides to rug pull this thing. I doubt they will, just because of how big it is and the potential it has to go to billions. I personally don't think they will. So yeah, look out for that. And personally, I'm still bullish on ticker Bitcoin. I think it will do well. But there is a lot of risk with it. And understand that, you know, people are betting on whether the team is basically going to rug pull right now, and they don't think it will. So that's ticker Bitcoin. Looking at many of the other Murad memes, right, like SPX, they have been going sideways for the last 2 weeks. They went on a mega rally at the end of September and early October, and they've all essentially cooled off for the past 2 weeks or so. SPX, as you can see, is currently at a 670 million market cap, and it is now in a new sideways range. All right, we do have a new range formed on this coin. As you can see. So if this thing is going to stay bullish, you simply want to, if you want to buy it, I'd say buy a green box. But you want to see it basically hold this sideways range, much like Bitcoin has done over the past 8 months, and then break out higher. Now, look, is Murad right when he says this thing is going to 100 billion market cap? I highly doubt it. But at this point, I'm not buying this. I haven't bought this. We're just kind of covering it because it's a very big coin in the meme coin space. But at this point, I do think it is highly likely that it does go to billions in market cap. We'll see how it goes, though. But yeah. And I think it would be a good thing if it does for the meme coin space. More memes at billions. It's going to keep liquidity flowing in the casino there. And basically, it will give you higher chances of hitting a gamble eventually, basically. But anyways, yeah, SPX 6900. You want to see it just go sideways and then eventually basically break out of the range. Giga has been doing very well. The Giga Chad coin. It's actually performing the best out of Murad's list, trying to make a new all-time high. It's also been largely sideways, though, for the second half of October, and it's the same across the board. Also, the USA coin, which is Murad's one Polyfi, is still sitting at a 30 million market cap. Now, just like all of the Trump coins, even if Kamala wins, this thing could send, actually. It's because it's not branded as a Trump coin. It's the USA coin, right? Everyone can get behind it, which makes sense that Murad picked it for his list. But yeah, if Trump wins, this thing is going to pump. That's what I think. All right. Now, in regards to the Base ecosystem, if we look at some of the top memes on Base, Toshi, dead sideways, back down to its lower support. And look, we can just look at, say, the total 3 chart, or we can look at the others' dominance, and we can just get everything we need to know about altcoins by looking at these broad indexes. Right? These 2 charts, the total 3 and others' dominance, they show me everything that I need to know. But nonetheless, sometimes these meme coins do perform on their own and do their own thing. However, that's not the case with many on Base. So Toshi dead sideways. I mean, it's basically at the summertime low prices from August and September. Brett over here is back down. Let's go to make sure we have the right pair there. Yeah, that is. Anyways. No, did they migrate their liquidity or something? What's going on here with Brett? Yeah, this is all different. We'll look at a centralized exchange chart. Anyways, it's back down to an 800 million market cap. So the billion level was resistance. Price couldn't sustain it up there. And this is just a sideways range right now on Brett. So look, this is obviously like Crash's #1 call on everything. It's like the greater fool theory. Again, we know that no new money is coming into altcoins. We can just look at these broad indexes and automatically get that information. So with every coin, the expectation is that people are going to come later and they're going to buy the coins you hold. The idea is that Base will see a huge influx, being that it's Coinbase's blockchain, and I think there will be a Base season. And being that Brett is popular and things like that, it's going to go to 30 billion or something like that. I don't know. But understand, I could see an asymmetric bet, but to have like a significant part of your portfolio, you need a lot of balls for that and a lot of hope. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. Sideways range currently. realistically speaking, this is a very important level down here at 700 million market cap. So you really want to see, Brett, if it comes down here to 700 mil, hold this level, or it's coming down to this lower supply zone that I marked out previously over the summer. And price never made its way down there. But, you know, I'd say if it loses 700 million here, it likely will come down to 500 million. Again, it's the greater fool theory, right? You need people to come in after you and buy the coins you hold, especially with memes. Just depends which ones are going to see that inflow of capital. And then Sol, speaking about meme coins, the number one Solana, or the number one meme coin blockchain is Solana. And as we discussed on Friday, the price did come right back to this daily demand level. It actually did exactly what I said it would, which is not really too surprising. Basically said the top of this green zone is likely going to get hit this weekend. It did. So with that, this could be it, right? This could be the sell-off, especially if Trump wins this election. We could just simply go sideways and then pump. But if Kamala wins, expect to dip deeper into this daily demand zone towards $150. And looking at the Solana memes, like so it's come all the way back down to $2. You can see this is a very important horizontal support level. So every coin we've looked at has similar structure where it's sitting on, a very, very important support level going into the election. So two things can happen at supports. Either the support holds and price bounces, pumps, or the support level is lost because of weakness and sellers outpacing the buyers and price drops. But literally every single coin right now is kind of sitting on a very important support level going into the election. With at $2 is very key. I think it's the golden pocket as well. If I pull this to here, yeah, it's the perfect golden pocket down here. All right, so logical level to see a bounce. And it's also down significantly over the past few days, right? A 26% drop to the golden pocket over the weekend now. So yeah, I mean, this is a must-hold level for WIF as far as I'm concerned at $2, or this thing's going to come crashing back down to 150 where it was over the summer. I expect it to hold personally. Same thing with Popcat, one of the other biggest memes on Solana. Currently trading for $1.38. And looking at this chart, so the way this is run up on the 12-hour time frame, this wick was bound to happen because underneath every single one of these lows, people are just putting their stop loss. And notice how when it's been grinding up over the month of October, it didn't sweep the lows except this one time over here on the 25th of October. But it just left all these untapped lows every single time. All right, so it makes sense that price is coming to grab all of this. I could see it coming back down towards the $1 level, which is the daily 200 EMA as well, which is exactly at $1. It would reset this. I mean, Popcat's just been defying gravity recently. It's been defying gravity, and it's just been pumping no matter what. So it is due for a correction. And I mean, look, the chart is screaming correction. So it's already started. Yeah, market structure break here. It looks like it wants to continue lower and come towards $1 on Popcat. Now, that will definitely be exacerbated if Solana does drop further in daily demand. But if Solana ends up pumping after touching $158 here, then these meme coins can reverse quickly. WIF looks much better than Popcat actually right now. Because I like the horizontal level. If you look at this again. All right, they actually both went directly to their golden pockets, respectively. So they're very similar charts, actually, very similar charts. But Popcat, just objectively speaking, it looks like it wants to come down to that $1 level. So that's that. And many of these centralized exchange altcoins really just not doing much at all. Right? Zero back down to its August prices. Let's check out some of these popular mainstream coins like Jasmy back down to its August crash prices. Big Time still doing well. Caspa still holding 11 cents. Jupe lost this breakout level. Jito back down to this is still doing quite well, I believe. This thing's been this is a really long accumulation. If you guys don't remember, this was like a $10,000 Solana airdrop in December of last year. And since then, it's just been dead sideways, actually. And Sui as well, another big large cap coin, and dead consolidation. So the entire market is simply waiting on the election with the current uncertainty in the air. Anyways, let's get back into some of these comments here from our live chat. Klopp Zone, what narratives do you see playing out on December to January 2025? Well, memes will still be a narrative. It's been the most popular narrative this entire cycle. I think AI will still be a narrative because we're entering into the new industrial revolution, which is artificial intelligence. The world is changing. So yeah, AI memes for sure. I can see real world assets being a narrative. I can see payment solutions becoming a main narrative because look, if crypto is going to get adopted, crypto is money. So there needs to be some kind of easy, seamless payment solution. So that's going to be a narrative. And nobody really talks about that one. And did I say real world asset? Right, just look at where BlackRock is investing. BlackRock big in the RWA market with their BITL fund. So those are the main narratives that I see. Shout out to Matthew Black. Says smash the like button. What's going on, Matthew? Good to see you. And Random Stranger says, how do I start trading meme coins? I want to start today with something small. Your advice? Go watch the video I made 2 days ago on trading memes on Solana. There's some good general guidelines in there to get you started, and I also show you how to use the exchange. So I'd say that's a good place to start. Let's see. Mountain Vortex. Is Boda a farm yard? What is a farm yard? Do you mean like a farm? Like they're farming? I'm not sure what a farmyard is or the exact question here. But I believe you're talking about Base Yoda, and it pumped over here at the end of September, and it's just kind of coiling up here in a bull pennant. But do I think that boat is a farm? Is that what you're asking me? I don't personally. I mean, they got some super hardcore diehards in that community that are still extremely loud and proud to this day. And I mean, this is Yoda on base. So, I mean, hey, there's a Star Wars day every year. So, I mean, I could certainly see a big run up like what happened last year heading into May the 4th. Because the Star Wars army is really, really strong and they absolutely love it. So it's dead sideways and the trading volume is basically nothing. So it's kind of slow right now, but I could see it picking back up in the future. Let's see. Trump Jr. followed the Donald Trump on Pulse Chain Dev right now. It's on. Good luck, man. I hope your gamble hits for you. Stoneheart says AI coins look cooked. They already had their altcoin season. You bring up a good point because attention shifts so rapidly in the market now, right? many of these AI coins, they already put in 20x, 30x, 40, 50x returns. Many of them were complete LARPs, as we discussed earlier on the stream here. Complete facade. Some of them are legitimate. Now, are they all cooked? I don't believe so. I think the cream will rise to the top in the AI sector. I think the cream will rise to the top. Now, there is also the case that there's no use case for these AI coins, and they're all just, every single one of them is a vaporware, and they're all useless. That's certainly a black pill take, especially if you factor in speculation and human greed. So I do think that these AI coins, by the way, Tau, it's right on all of its daily moving averages currently. So it goes without saying that, you know, we want to see a bounce from this $400 level on Tau. But yeah, there's three sides of the coin, right? There's the two sides and the edge. Now, look, I personally think that there will be a large speculation bubble for AI coins again. That's what I believe, 100%. In 2025, nonetheless, which is just a few months away. So that's what I think about AI coins. Again, going back to financial nihilism, talking about this tweet we shared earlier, there's going to be a lot of people when OpenAI and all these other mainstream AI companies start to put out their new releases, and the NVIDIA conference again next year, all this hype around it. If crypto is doing well, I'd say AI is going to do well as well. And there's going to be a lot of people when AI is booming, because it's only going to keep on getting more and more advanced. They're going to see AI speculative assets as their way out, quote unquote. This is a prediction of mine, and I think it will come true. So, but I understand your point of view as well, Stoneheart. And let's see, Mountain Vortex says the name Fartcoin summarizes this era quite well. Indeed, it does. It absolutely does. How low do you think Tau can go? Again, Tau right now is right on your daily 200 EMA, as well as all, major moving averages. Your 300 simple, as well as your 100 simple. They're all on the same exact level here. So ideally, this does hold. But with that, your breakout level from the bottom here, your breakout level was at $358. So to answer your question, I can see Tau coming to $350. Lucy, good time to buy. So this green zone, this is a 15-minute demand zone. I'll show you it. If we go to the 15-minute chart, this is the level I have isolated here, basically on its first run up. And let's blow this back out to a 4-hour. So yeah, with Lucy, it is a good time to buy it if you want to buy this. Why? It's in a demand level after an 80% drop. Its first 80% drop. 85%. It's currently down 78%. So even if this coin doesn't survive, it still will likely bounce from here. Even the hardest rug pulls, when they drop 90%, 80%, they usually put in at least a 100% bounce. So yeah, for Lucy, that would be back up to here at 3 cents. A 100% bounce from the bottom. That's nothing. So if you want to hold this, right, as more of an investment, yeah, it's a good time, I would say, if you want to do that. Look at the chart. You want to buy low and sell high. This is low. This is high. So you're low right now. That's what you want. And let me get out of full screen. There we go. Is what it is, man. Let's see. Ladder Doodle. Hey, Connor, thanks for all you do. Can you look at whiff? Okay, I believe we covered that already. Shout out to Kylo the dog. Quay Mala. I'm not sure what the joke is there, Mountain Vortex. I'm not sure. That Trump on Pulse Chain chart does. All right, I'm going to ignore that. Let's see. OG Brett on ETH. I think there is some news about Richard Hart in his lawsuit, I believe, with the SEC coming to an end soon, which could be good for Pulse Chain in general. Now, let's find the OG Brett. Here we go, OX24. I mean, look, the most ironic outcome, as Elon Musk says, how does it go? Like the funniest or the most ironic outcome happens or something like that. So for Brett, that would be the Ethereum one flipping the base one, which is like free market versus Cabal, I'd say. Look, I'm out of that debate. I'm out of that battle. I'm just an outsider kind of looking in. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens with this Brett on Ethereum. There's so many Bretts. There's so many Andys. There's so many Land Wolves. It's insane. But yeah, this Brett on ETH is holding up quite well. Bullish on Parade says, rest in peace, Ethereum. Remember, this is the Dem coin. So maybe we'll see a revival for Ethereum if we have somebody win this election. And in terms of ETH right now, completely unchanged. The weekly candle closed with a long wick up, and then it closed red, which is right on par with Ethereum. And everything that's going on with Ethereum recently, they would turn the weekly candle from green to red at the last second. But in general, ETH still on its bull market trend line from the bottom of the bear market. So if it loses this trend line, then I'll say rest in peace. It's all over. But because it's still above this trend line, I have reasons to be optimistic. But make no mistake, the importance of this trend line is extreme. It's really important. And if ETH loses this thing, it is bad news. So we should bounce from here. We'll see. And let's see. Costa Pantanzis says, do it for crypto. Do it for Peanut the Squirrel, Trump 2024. So yeah, that's the current new thing happening. Peanut the Squirrel. Some dude in New York had a pet squirrel, and his neighbors complained, and the cops or the feds got a warrant to break into the guy's house and kill the squirrel. And he had a pet raccoon, I think, too. And Elon's been tweeting about this thing all day. The coin launched over here on the 31st of October, and yesterday it rallied by 42x, 4,200%. However, it is seeing a very big pullback now, down 64%. The market cap dropped from 130 million down now to 50 million in 16 hours, a 61% loss. So look, that just goes to show you more times than not, when you hit a pump fund launch, whenever you feel euphoric and you hit one of these huge wins, when you feel that euphoria, you need to make sure you secure some profits, because it can vanish in a blink of an eye. Trust me, I've been there. I'm pretty sure most people watching this, if they're active in crypto, they've been there as well. When you hit a big win on some bullshit meme coin, it's usually a good idea to secure some stable coin, because peanut coin is not going to pay your bills or the mortgage or your kid's school tuition or anything like that. All right? Keep that in mind going forward. It's a good idea. Whenever you feel euphoric, whenever you feel like, oh my God, that's so much money, I can't believe this coin did that, you should probably sell some. And you, as well, when you take a screenshot and send it to your friends, another indicator you need to take profit. Anyways, that's Peanut the Squirrel, guys. Bergen County Real Estate, he says that top 5 AI coins will do what the top 5 DeFi coins did in 2021, which is pump. So good take there, Bergen County Real Estate. Tanush P, what do you think about ADA, bruh? Cardano ADA is not a coin I would even remotely consider purchasing. And look, I did really good on ADA in 2020 and 2021, but I just don't see that same scenario happening again where it does extremely well. And let's see, Health Goat says, how about green climate cryptos? That's being talked a lot. That could be a good narrative. It's not a new narrative. If I, off the top of my head, I remember this stupid coin from last cycle, Klima DAO and Polygon. It's an OHM fork thing based off of like carbon credits or something, some kind of jargon. So yeah, it's not a new narrative. It would be a revival of an old one. And it's just, I don't know, man. It's not something I'll get behind personally because the whole green energy thing is complete bullshit itself. So, I mean, look, if crypto coins start pumping off of that narrative, I wouldn't be surprised because, again, we live in a clown world. So, I'm not sure. But yeah, that's what I think about that narrative. Let's see. Mountain Vortex says Manaki took a nice stinky dump. This is that Chinese cat coin, I believe. All right. Well, here's the sketch that we drew on a live stream earlier in the week. So, not surprised, I suppose. But yeah, I mean, it's coming into a trend line at 38 mil market cap. So, maybe it has a little more downside before a possible bounce. And Boomer. Boomer on base. Let's see this one. So it's been around since the March hype, and you can see on the chart it's kind of at the range high from when it launched back in March and April. All right, look at the green dotted line right at the top of the range here from back then before it went on its parabolic rally. So the price did come into this level. This thing has been totally reset. And that's the longer term stuff. Let's get into the local price action of what's happening right here. So this came out of an accumulation lake, basically. Nice rounded bottom breakout. Now you're retesting the breakout. So based purely off of technicals, this doesn't look like a bad option. Purely off of the technical analysis, with the idea that this level, this support resistance flip will end up holding, and you see a trend continuation here. Because as of right now, this high was broken. So you have a higher high, higher low forming, and then you take out this high to make the next higher high and continue. So yeah, this chart doesn't look bad at all. And Kylo B. Dory on base with a nice retracement. B. Dore. Yes, this thing is pulling back down around 35%. So something like this, low liquidity, low market cap, it's going to be volatile. It's going to move. Kylo, I know you've shared this one a few times now. So let's go ahead and chart this out. You have a demand zone on the 4-hour. I mean, this thing's just kind of like very simple, like pump, consolidate, pump, etc. So every little consolidation you're going to mark out. And those go at 500K market cap, 350 to 290 market cap. And then down here, kind of the origin of the rally at 150 to 200K market cap. So you want to see the higher retracements hold as a sign of strength. So ideally it comes here and then continues. But yeah, base meme coin. So who knows what will happen? Again, base is directly correlated to the price of Ethereum. So when ETH does well, base does well. Brett's directly tied to Ethereum. Brett on base, like directly tied to Ethereum. Whatever ETH does, Brett does. ETH goes up, Brett goes up. ETH goes down, Brett goes down. So the ecosystem at large is kind of heavily dependent on the price action of ETH. That's why when Ethereum was at $4,000, base was exploding. It's a direct correlation. It's very important you understand that. So with that, buying into your base ecosystem coins when Ethereum is low is the logical thing to do if you think Ethereum is going to go a lot higher from here. That's what a direct correlation entails. And I'd say if you want to see this coin go to like tens of millions, Kylo, ETH needs to perform. But I mean, it's a very nice initial run up. Obviously, some profit taking, I suppose, from holders. And ideally, this first level holds at like a 500K market cap. And Armando says, can you please start Zero AI? All right, so there's not much to chart here, Armando. Why is that? Dead sideways range. At one point, you did deviate from below the, whoops, don't want to do that. At one point, you did deviate below the range. You reclaimed it, and you're just straight sideways. So you are at the lower end. You're at the discount of the current range, which is good if you want to buy this coin. And with a range play like this, there's your range high using this wick. You simply want to see it break out. Ticker Bitcoin is a good example. This is a good example of a sideways range breakout where you have the high, you got the range low, price sideways, and then eventually it breaks out. Retesting, we want to hold that retest and continue to go. But yeah, that chart Zero AI, similar situation, but obviously a much lower market cap and a completely different project. But that's what you want to see happen on that chart. Anyways, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up. We've been going for an hour and a half. Don't forget to smash that like button as we do go ahead and wrap this live stream up. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. This is my channel, so there's no subscribe button. But on your end, you'll see a subscribe button here. If you haven't hit that yet, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. Turn on all the notifications. Also, like the live stream as well. Helps me out a ton. Next time I go live will be tomorrow, and it will have a different look. It's going to be new and improved, and I'm excited to unveil to you guys what it's going to look like. But it's going to be a huge step up. It's going to be a lot more engaging and entertaining for everybody. So I've been doing it just me coming on here and talking for a long time now, but it's time to upgrade our tech and take this one to the next level, our live show here at Crypto Empire. So I'm very excited. And you guys, as the viewers, you should be excited because it's going to be awesome. All right. So that's something to look forward to. That'll be out early this week. And we got the election as well on Tuesday. So a lot's happening. I'll be live again tomorrow. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Time to wrap it up. Have a great night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And I'll see you tomorrow. Connor from Crypto Empire signing out.